This week at the House of Mario, we're talking Game Awards nominations. We've got new trailers for Metroid, Pokemon, and the Mario movie. And we're also going to dive into some tips for gaming as a new parent. Because congratulations to Dolphin Pants on your birth of your brand new son. All that and much more in the House of Mario. Come on in. G'day everybody and welcome to the House of Mario, the South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by a 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host Drew Agnew and the doors, episode 338 are open. This week on the show it's going to be a little bit different. We're lacking a JT, a Josh. Unfortunately he's a sick boy, he wasn't able to make it this week, so he's locked up in his bedroom and we said don't you come out young man. Otherwise, you're in big trouble. I'm gonna take away your Switch 2 privileges. I'm not gonna let you play the Horror Warriors. He'd be very upset by that. He'd be like, "Oh no, not Age of Imprisonment. I was really looking forward to playing that." But yes, Josh couldn't care less about playing that. So everybody, wish Josh a get well soon. Hope you're going well, mate. And if you want to go and check out, if you need your Josh feel this week, he does have a brand new episode of Nintendo Maniacs out this episode or this week, where he had his lovely wife Michaela on to talk about the game. So yes, if you need your feel, go over there. I'll be sure to mention that throughout the show. So yeah, I thought I'd have a bit of a solo episode this week, purely because there is a lot to talk about. And I guess more importantly, I'm in a good mood. I want to talk about Nintendo. I want to talk about gaming. Got a lot to sort of get off my chest after, a few days at work. Mucking around with sheep and, just all the stuff that comes along with shearing season this time of year. I want to talk about some video games. Talk about it a little bit, at work. I work with a couple of gamers, but it's nice to talk with you guys too. Do a podcast. So, yes, and I did mention in the cold open, a huge congratulations to Dolphin Pants. The other day, his partner and himself gave birth to their wonderful, wonderful son. So, I know what it's like. First time, having a kid, it's crazy stuff, dude. So, congratulations. Hope you're going through it. Hope you're going through it. I hope you're not going through it. But yeah, some of those first nights, they can be a bit tough for sure. But we got some, we'll go through some tips later on in the show. Just, how you can keep the gaming hobby going because, being a parent, it is 24/7. And, sometimes it's harder to get out of the house. You can't go out as much as it once used to be. So it is important to have those, sort of those quiet moments by yourself. Or, whenever you can get in the time to play a game because it's important to keep your own hobbies and things going as well. And, I see Zach's put some good advice in there too. So keen to talk about that later on. But to start things off, I just want to do a bit of a hype check for Kirby Air Riders. Comes out this week and it's snuck up on me very fast. It seems like that happens with all game releases where you sort of just look at the date. I check my I guess calendar app on my phone. I'm like, oh my god, it's already almost the 20th. Man, like it seems like only last week we had a Zelda game coming out, but no, that was a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, just crazy stuff. But I think for me, I wasn't able to play any of the test runs for the game. It was just on at like times that didn't really suit me for work or family or whatever. So I'm yet to play it. I couldn't play it at PAX because the line was too long. I waited for about 30 to 40 minutes. I'm like, no, that's enough. I was nowhere near the front of the line. The demo, I think, went for like 15, 20 minutes. So the line was just incredibly long. So it was a bit tough, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm a massive Sakurai fan, love Smash Brothers, love Kid Icarus. Really come to appreciate Kirby since, Kirby Forgotten Lands came out on Switch a few years ago. And I've always enjoyed, playing even like Squeak Squad and like Kirby on NES, Kirby's Adventure, and all of this. I've always enjoyed them, but yeah, it's definitely sort of turned around for the positive in the last few years. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm a big fan of arcade races as well, so I'm looking forward to it. Just the amount of content that's packed into this thing, just all the unlockables. I think the only thing I'm unsure of is just the whole, I guess, the gameplay of the game, where it is like auto accelerate and you are sort of like just using the A button to drift around corners and hold it in, and you do boosts. I am just a little bit, I'm not sure how much it'll float my boat. As yeah, I'm not quite sure how that will go for me. Just because I love racing games. Like I've been playing Burnout, Mario Kart, obviously, even the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds this year. Like I absolutely love just jumping in for a race or two, and I really hope that this game scratches that itch, because just everything you can unlock. I can imagine just turning on the Switch for a couple of races or a GP or something, unlock some stuff, and so I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to give it a go. From what I understand, I will be receiving a code from Nintendo Australia, so I will be providing impressions next week after I play it a little bit over the weekend. So that'll be quite good. Stay tuned for that. And let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for Kirby Air Riders? It will be interesting just from a critic's point of view as well. Just like, what do other people think about it? How does it resonate with Nintendo players? And like, what will it do in sales? Because it seems like one of those things where it might reach like 1 million. You can see it reaching 1 million, but will it sort of catch on past that? Probably not. But we'll find out. I'm looking forward to it. And another thing I just want to bring up too, just very exciting, and just what it means for even the handheld gaming space. Just the announcements last week, just from Steam, with their 3 products: the Steam Controller, Steam Machine, and Steam Frame, which is their VR headset. And I just want to point out the Steam Frame. So the VR headset, it's running on a Snapdragon chipset, which is what is in some of my favorite handhelds that have came out this year that aren't the Switch 2. So the AYN Thor, which is this dual screen DS sort of very inspired console, and the AYN Odin 2 Portal, which is another one of my favorite handhelds that came out earlier this year. And it's running on a very similar chipset. So what Valve is doing is they're actually developing a translation layer that runs Windows applications on ARM devices, which is like the Snapdragon and Android devices, basically like Android phones and handhelds and all that type of thing. So now we've got official support for, I guess, this translation layer to other handhelds. So we could be very well looking at a future where you can put Steam OS on Odin devices, Metroid Pockets, all of these Android handhelds. So it might just sort of boom, because the Steam Deck and was it the Xbox ROG Ally and things like this, like Windows-based devices, very expensive, very power hungry. The battery doesn't last. If you're on Windows, there's no quick resume or lock, so you can just lock it while you're if your kid wants something, or you got to put it down because you're getting off the bus and you just got into your stop. So there's a lot of reasons why these ARM devices are much better, because you've got that really great lock feature, which is something I'm a big fan of. It needs to just resume when you want it to, just press of a button, what the Switch does perfectly. So I'm very excited by that. Just the fact that this VR headset is basically just it's a ARM device. So yeah, I look forward to see what Valve do with that. So I'm not interested in the actual headset itself necessarily, especially at the price that it may possibly be. But we'll see. We'll see. What it all turns out to be, because I got the PlayStation VR headset and I haven't used it in a long time. So yeah, I'm not really too interested. But the Steam Controller and the Steam Machine, I think I'm day one on that. I am so keen to get my Xbox out of my out of my setup after the last even couple of months, but the last few years, man, I am ready to drop kick that thing out the house. So that's gonna just slide out nicely. Series X be put to the side, and the Steam machine will go in, and that's where I'll play like a lot of stuff I play on Steam. It's a lot of like indie stuff. It's JRPGs. I've got Digimon and Trails in the Sky on Steam, so I don't need the most powerful machine to be on my TV because I don't like it won't be the same power that the PS5 is, or anything like that. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that as well. So yeah, just the fact I can actually get rid of my Xbox, replace it with the Steam machine, and Steam Frame, how it's running on. It's basically an ARM device, and Valve are working closely to get that all going, because at the moment it's just a bunch of people in their basements getting it working. I've got Steam games running on my AYN Thor, and that's through an app called Game Hub, which a bunch of people on GitHub and things are putting together. So actually having Valve do something official and updating it, and maybe if they even officially expand their store to these actual handhelds and phones, very exciting. Obviously in the world of handhelds, the Windows and the the actual computer handhelds, they're not facing there's no threat to Nintendo on that side. And these aren't going to be a threat either, but it's just cool. I love to tinker with these handhelds. It's so much fun. And as a dad, I think handhelds are becoming more and more important to me, just on the fact like, oh man, if it's a big RPG, I need it to be on a portable, or I just kind of like it on portable anyway. It's just it's good fun. So yeah, Steam, keep winning me over. You've won me over a lot this year. I'm buying a lot of my stuff on Steam. Even stuff that I thought I would have been buying on Switch 2, but I'm just, I've talked about it before, but the whole Switch 2 edition thing, and like some developers don't have dev kits, and some upgrades are paid, even if they're relatively cheap. I'm like, man, I don't really want to deal with that, whether it's the weight, whether it's the extra cost, whether it's the confusion of like, is there just a 1080p update for this? Like, yeah. So until all that stuff catches up, I am pretty much getting a lot of indie stuff and some more third-party stuff on Steam. But I guess that it doesn't really matter, because there is so much to play on Switch 2 just from first party, this first year. So it doesn't really matter. So all good. All right, let's get into the Game Awards nominations. But beforehand, I better do some housekeeping. You can check the show out live on youtube.com/iDruby, where typically we live record it every Monday, 8:30 Australian Central Standard Time. We have delayed it a day just to see if Josh got any better. He did not. He's still a sick, snotty boy. But if you don't want to check us out live, you can check us out on the VOD over on the YouTube channel and all your good podcast apps as well. And like I said before, go and check out Nintendo Maniacs this week. Josh just dropped an episode earlier today at the time of recording this. And it's called Nintendo Keeps Dropping Game Trailers. And he talks about Age of Imprisonment in the Mario Galaxy movie trailer with his wife, Michaela. So go and check that out if you want some Josh. And I guess that was before he got sick, recorded that. Maybe he's cool. Maybe he's doing a sickie. Maybe he doesn't want to record. Maybe that's what he's doing. That's right, Josh. You can pull a sickie if that's what you needed to do. I don't think he is. All right. So earlier today, we got the announcement of the Game Award nominees for all of the categories. Now, I'm not going to go through all the categories. A lot of them are, I guess, irrelevant to the House of Mario because they are not on Switch. But we do have some Nintendo games in these categories. But let's start off with the big boy. So Game of the Year is a big one. We've got a big Nintendo game in there, being Donkey Kong Bonanza. And this is a game I still got to go and finish. But I've heard nothing but good things. A lot of people saying about that ending. I'm very curious. Not curious enough to pick it up again, though, I guess. So yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza, the big one from Nintendo, and that seems to be the more successful game for being nominated this year. But the other games is Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And just from checking out, I guess like all of these other games, Expedition 33, it's been nominated 12 times. And that's the most ever collected by a single game in Game Awards history. So it seems like Clair Obscur is ready to take away a lot of awards this year. And I mean, just from the conversation and what I played, like I said, I've done a terrible job of playing games this year. I was just seeing if my microphone was working. I've got to play producer while I'm doing this as well, since I'm live. But yeah, I think like that's where I'd put my money if I was going to bet. But like Hades 2, that's another game I've played like a decent amount as well. It's so much fun, dude. I'm really liking Hades 2, and that's from somebody who I never really got into Hades 1, so I'm happy to see that there. And Hollow Knight Silksong, South Australian joint, it's good to see that there, but it actually came out and people enjoyed it after this massive wait. I think what people are happy to see there as well is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That's a game that could have been easily forgotten about. So good to see that there. That's a game I'm not interested in whatsoever, but heard nothing but good things. Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, which is another game I'm not too interested in, but I would like to. I played a bit of Death Stranding 1. I played it start of the year, just like a bit on Steam Deck, and I was enjoying it. The soundtrack was great, but yeah, I didn't really feel all that compelled to get back to it. But as far as that, let's go to the Nintendo category, which is actually a bit more varied this year. Let's go to Family Game of the Year. So I'm just scrolling here. I've got a list on IGN. Where we got? Where is it? Best Family. Oh, there we go. So yeah, so Best Family, we got Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyages, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction. So we saw a couple of nominations for Mario Kart World. So that's pretty cool. It's kind of an interesting category, Best Family, because I imagine Best Family basically is like games that are G or PG rated, like games that I would happily put on the TV, not be too worried about. Because like as a dad, that's my concern. Like if I was to get Ghost of Tsushima on PS5, there's no way I could be playing that on the TV, just like stabbing through people and doing all these violent things. So that's what I imagine Best Family game to be. I think a lot of people take it as like best games to play with your family. Like you've got 4 of you on the couch and you've all got a controller or you're all participating. So I don't necessarily view it as that. That's why, there's like Lego Party and Mario Kart and Sonic. That's where people view it as maybe like multiplayer stuff. But like I can see Donkey Kong being having a good shot at that. I feel like this is where it probably should win. I don't think it will have that good a chance for Game of the Year. But yeah, I think this is where it has its best chance. And I think for Mario Kart World, so we go down to Best Sports and Racing. So it's nominated there, along with EA Sports FC 26, F1 25, Rematch, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. So yeah, I think it has the best chance there. There were other sort of categories that it probably could have entered in pretty well. There was best soundtrack, which it didn't get nominated for, and I've been sort of listening to people throughout the year, whether they're friends or they're just like content creators that I follow. Listening to Kind of Funny Games Daily today, Tim Geddes was upset that it wasn't nominated for soundtrack. And I know Seth Sturgill, who runs the it's not All In YouTube channel anymore. It's just his YouTube channel is now just Seth Sturgill. But he also was like, man, this soundtrack is just phenomenal. So I would imagine and like him looking at this would be frustrated by that as well. So yeah, I mean, for me too, like that is a soundtrack I want added to a Nintendo Music. Like it is just the absolute ultimate Mario soundtrack. Just, and I think what's cool about Mario Kart World, like one of the good things from the open world is that it is just like a road trip atmosphere where like you can just be in the open world and it doesn't have to be so bombastic and action filled and high tempo. It can be just like a relaxing jazz melody as you're exploring the world. So they have like a lot more creative freedom to actually do the soundtrack and do different sort of styles and tones and all of this with the music. So yeah, it's just phenomenal. Let alone there's like, what did they say? 200 tracks and like brand new music and just reimagined music. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like if I was on the voting panel, I'm thinking about music. I think Clair Obscur is definitely there. Just phenomenal, just the music in that game. But also like, yeah, Mario Kart World, just I want a vinyl. I want that saved on my phone to be listening to throughout the day. But it is what it is. And is there any other relevant ones to Nintendo? Just going through here. So there's like there are some other games that are, you know, I guess Nintendo adjacent just because they are third-party games on Nintendo, but it doesn't matter too much. I don't feel like going through all of these necessarily. I guess best independent game. I guess a lot of these are on Switch, so we can go through these. Obsolum, which is a game on my wish list at the moment. I really want this. This is basically like a brawler that is a what do they call it again? A roguelite. Roguelite brawler where you know, you go through it and you upgrade your character as you go along, you lose a run, you go back. I'm kind of all about that. Just like playing Hades, I just like do a run a night or something like that. So kind of like to do that, but I don't need it right now, so it's just in the wish list. Ball X Pit, Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silksong. So, I mean, most of those games are on Switch too, apart from Blueprints and Clair Obscur, which hopefully would change relatively soon, going into the future. But yeah, I think that's that as far as was Donkey Kong just nominated twice? Game of the Year and Family Game. Guess so. It doesn't really fit anywhere else, does it? No. Cool. Well, hopefully it goes okay. But yeah, I personally, for me, like Clair Obscur definitely deserves it this year. There's no shadow of a doubt, but they're the ones who deserve to get the nomination this year and clean it out. And it seems like they're gonna sweep. They've got a fair few just of their nominations in best voice acting. A few of the voice actors for that game have been nominated. So like they can't win all 12. They will be competing for a couple in that category, but yeah, like best game direction, game of the year, best narrative, art direction, best score and music, best design, it's in there, best performance, it's in best performance 1, 2, 3. It's in there 3 times for best performance. Yeah, so I need to. That's another game. So yeah, I mentioned last week that I've got a short list of games that I really would like to finish by the end of the year. Probably won't happen. That is one of them. I would like to finish that game. I am saved in front of a boss at the moment, so I am a little bit nervous just about going back to it because I've got to like just pick it up and straight into a boss, which I've versed a couple of times and lost against. So bit scared about that. That's putting me off a little bit, but I might get back to it. Hopefully, I should. Then I can actually like root for it at the Game Awards. All right, let's move on to some game trailers. So we got plenty from Nintendo over the last week. So first of all, we got a brand new. We actually got a direct for the Super Mario Brothers Galaxy movie, and we got some announcements from this. So Brie Larson is going to be the voice actor for Rosalina, and Benny Safdie is going to be the voice actor for Bowser Jr. Now, I've never heard of Benny before. I don't really know my actors and all of that, but I've never heard of him. So that'll be my first performance from him I'll be hearing when I watch the movie, but I'm very excited for. And the trailer was awesome, dude. Like, it's so beautiful just how it's representing Mario Galaxy iconography and seeing the launch stars and, Peach and Toad going through the water planet as they, get launched into space. I'm really looking forward to this movie, and why I'm looking forward to it so much is that when this movie got announced, I got a date in April. When does it come out? April, it's probably in this article here. April 2nd, 2026. So, yeah, when that date got announced, I was like, oh, my son's going to be 4 when that when that thing comes out. Like, the idea, was it a couple of years ago or just a year? I can't remember, but seems like a long time ago. And I was just like, man, a 4-year-old, that's going to be crazy. I'm going to have like a little kid. This might have been at the time when he was a toddler or something. I'm like, it would be so cool to take him to his first movie at the cinema and have it be the Mario movie. And he loved the Mario movie. I haven't watched it in a long time, but it used to be a thing we were watching every second day, like 2 times a day or whatever. It was really cool. So I'm really looking forward to taking him to that. It's going to be great. The first Mario movie, I saw it the first showing. I went by myself, just took a day off, and I went. Basically like a class of kids were there as well. They must have been on a school excursion. It was really fun sharing that like movie theater with a bunch of kids who were just like really enjoying the movie as well. So to have something like that, but with my own son, man, it's going to be really special. So I said to him when the trailer dropped, I'm like, hey man, do you want to watch the Mario movie trailer? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, it's a new Mario movie. And we watched it like 5 times. I don't think he understood that it wasn't out. Like, it's not something we can actually watch. But that's all right. Yeah. So, yeah, I can't wait for this, dude. It's going to be great. Just another balls to the wall Mario movie full of references for us old people. And hopefully the kids enjoy it as well. Another trailer that we got. We got a nice 10-minute trailer that ran through the basics of the game for Pokopia. And this game looks absolutely brilliant. I'm really looking forward to this. When it first got announced, I'm like, oh my God, they're finally doing it. An Animal Crossing Pokemon game. And while it's not necessarily Animal Crossing, it's, obviously the aesthetic and the town building aspect of it shares a lot. But I think I'm really excited for just the collection aspect of this as well, how certain elements that you add to your town or your land, it brings the habitat for Pokemon to come. So if you want if you want a Bulbasaur, you can plant some grass, Bulbasaur appears. Other sort of requirements to get was it Hitmonchan? Yeah, it was Hitmonchan. You put down the punching bag. I'm like, yeah, I'm just all about that. I love the whole thing. You're playing as a Ditto who's transformed into their trainer from like an old photo. It looks great. I can't wait for this. I haven't played Animal Crossing in a long time purely because I just got sort of sick of all my tools breaking all the time. I was like, oh, why is this friction there? It's just annoying. Like I like crafting. I like crafting furniture and gathering materials and all this stuff. But when it's like, oh, my axe broke when I was cutting down trees to craft some furniture, it's all right, I'll go and craft another one. It was just kind of frustrating. So hopefully this doesn't have any of that friction. There, I'm like, look, it's not worth it. I would love just to sit there and build a town, put down my paving, try and bring in new Pokemon. I can see myself being on a Wikipedia article trying to figure out all right, how do I get this certain Pokemon to my town and learn his move so I can do more things and all. It looks great. And it showed some footage of riding on Lapras and then more footage of riding on Dragonite. And I don't know if I'm right in what I got from that. It looks like you've got like a whole land, like a whole world to rejuvenate. I thought it might just be like a small area like Animal Crossing, like your island or whatever, but it looks like more similar to Minecraft or Dragon Quest Builders, where it's not just like a little area you've got to do. It's like you've got this whole land. So that could be very interesting. I wonder if that's a good idea, because I can see myself just concentrating on a concentrated area, but that might be kind of cool. I love the exploration sort of aspect of it as well, if that's the case. So really looking forward to this. It showed some sort of teasers for actual Pokemon characters as well. So there was like a Professor Tangrowth, where it's got like white top to represent, I guess, white hair. It's got like a TM popping off from his antenna on his head, which is pretty cool. You've also got like a illuminated white Pikachu with droopy ears. You've got a Snorlax covered in moss and a Smeargle covered in paint, even though he's a painter Pokemon anyway. So yeah, I kind of like this idea of these like actual character Pokemon that we're going to interact with as well. So yeah, I can't wait for this game. I really can't. It looks great. I've wanted this type of thing for a long time, and looks like we're finally getting it. And it's in a bit more of a playful way than I thought too, which is really cool. Can't wait. I'm going to really dig into this one when it comes out to March 5th next year. There was a bit of controversy with this game though, because it will be coming on a game key card for you physical buyers out there. And for me, I've got no attachment to this. When the whole key card fiasco happened before launch, I'm like, all right. Like I was really sort of down in the dumps about it. I'm like, I wanted to have a physical Switch 2 collection. I don't really want to have key cards because there's no data on it. It is just unlocking the game and allowing you to download it. You can still sell it back. You can swap it with friends, all of that type of thing. But yeah, just kind of a no for me. So I switched off. I'm like, absolutely not. And a lot of my, I've 100% moved to digital. Like I was digital on Switch anyway, so it was me kind of switching back in some ways. But yeah, all the emotion for me is just gone out of it. But remembering what I felt like about game key cards, and the fact that this is it's a second party game. Like, it's not a first party game, but Nintendo is publishing it alongside the Pokemon Company and the developers Koei Tecmo. So yeah, this is an interesting precedent as far as Nintendo published games. That their wording was that their games will all be on the card, and that's what we've seen so far. But not even a year into the Switch 2's life, here is a Pokemon game that's on a game key card. So I will say that this would largely come from the Pokemon Company, because as we've seen from their leaked budgets for their games, they are the biggest tight asses I've ever witnessed when it comes to such just big IP and all this. Like, yeah, they're massive tight asses. So you could see so we're not paying for those 64 gig cartridges, because this game could be, really small as well. So they're like, we are not paying for that on a key card it is. And Nintendo's like, yeah, whatever. They're not too fussed necessarily. I don't think they'll be like, oh, look, we've got to stick up for the very small portion of physical media people that really care about having it on the cart, because a lot of people, they will buy it physically, but they won't care about it. And as unfortunate as that is, so yeah, it is frustrating. I definitely understand it. But yeah, for me, I sort of let go of my attachment of physical Nintendo games. The only place I get physical games now is obviously retro games and PlayStation 5. PS5 is still physical for me, but I haven't bought a PS5 game in a little bit. Because the last few games that I've probably would have gotten on PlayStation, I got on Steam, and obviously they're digital. So yeah, it's a tricky situation. I hope that this isn't of things to come, but it probably will be for smaller spin-off games in the Pokemon series. I think stuff like Mario and Donkey Kong and Kirby, all of this type of thing from Nintendo themselves, like their IP that they publish them or make themselves, I think you're going to be okay. I don't think like the next Mario game is going to be like, oh, what? It's on a game key card. I don't think that'll be the case. But yeah, we will stay tuned to see how it all works out. And we got a brand new 7-minute trailer for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond as well. And I would love to get Josh's impression of this as well, because this is by far his most anticipated game. He's only been waiting for it for 8 years, like I guess some of you guys as well, since it got announced 2017 at the first E3 presentation for Switch 2. Oh, sorry, for Switch. So finally coming out, big expectations, hope it goes well. So this is basically going to be the last in-depth trailer showing us a few things. And from what I understand, there's a bit of controversy that, throughout Samus's adventure on, what's it called? Virios, the planet. You come across other members of the Federation Force, is that what you want to call them? Who are stranded there, and you basically help each other. And it showed like footage of coming across a soldier, and they help you unlock doors that you might have access to, and all of this type of thing. A lot of people are upset because Metroid Prime and just Metroid in general is about just being isolated by yourself, finding your way through just these odd alien planets, the feeling of isolation and all of that. And yeah, I definitely get that when you see like other characters you're talking to. So yeah, we'll see what people with those fears have when the game actually comes out. Because when I see it, I'm like, oh look, you come across a person, you unlock a door, you have a bit of a chat, you get caught up on some lore, what happened, some stories, and that's kind of going to be it. I don't think they're going to be with you for an hour doing a portion of the story or a side quest or anything like that. I think it's going to be relatively brief, and I think it will actually help probably the storytelling of Metroid Prime, because like the original game Metroid Prime, it has a really great story, like the lore of the planet and everything. It's all through text, all of it, from the scanning of the enemies to just everything about it. And that's fine. I think it's kind of cool, but at the same time, it will be nice to maybe get some voice acting, or even if it's not voice acted, like it's just still text. It'll be nice just to get a little bit of variety when it comes to learning about like the planet you're on and what happened to everybody, and all of the complicated stuff, like with Silax as well, what he's up to, and you might learn about that through meeting and rescuing the soldiers as you go along. So I'm not a big fan of the Metroid Prime series. I've only beaten the first game, so I'm not somebody who, no, I wouldn't put too much weight into my thoughts here. But just as somebody who is looking forward to playing the game, I'm not too upset about this. But who knows? When the reviews come out, or when we play it ourselves, we might look at this and be like, man, this sucks, because all these annoying people are talking to us all the time just when I want to go and explore this planet. But I don't think that'll be the case. I think we'll be fine. And not necessarily a trailer, but we got the first screenshots of the now filming the Legend of Zelda live action movie. And this looks great. First time we get to see, I guess, the actors in costume, bit of a screenshot from what's being filmed. We see Zelda in her, I guess, blue outfit. Looks very much like she is from Breath of the Wild. And Link in his green tunic. And that was probably the biggest question a lot of us had, is just like, are they going to go with the green tunic or the more Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom tunic? And yeah, I think they went with the right choice. Go with the green one, the iconic, classic tunic that's just spanned across generations. But yeah, if it was more like Breath of the Wild focused, you could have seen that story being told, or a similar story being told, where they are, both together in their blue outfits. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this movie very much. It looks good. I wasn't one of these people that was worried about it being live action. In fact, it kind of excited me a little bit. So yeah, it's going to be very good. And I guess last, but was it last? Yeah, it probably is. Last for the news stories is just Red Dead Redemption. It's coming to Switch 2, getting a free upgrade to the Switch 1 version December 2nd. And it also comes with improvements. You get DLSS, you get HDR, you get 60 frames, high resolution, and you can use mouse controls with your Joy-Con too. So, pretty cool. Not bad. Also coming to Xbox Series X, PS5, and mobile devices. Through Netflix, I believe. So, yeah, I'm actually going to give it a down because I haven't bought it on Switch, but I might give it a download through Netflix on my Android devices. Might give it a go on the AYN 4, which would be pretty cool. So, yeah, be like native Red Dead Redemption on on my little handheld. It's like that's going to be kind of neat for free. So, yeah, why not? Give it to me. Absolutely. But yeah, on Switch 2, I'm sure it'd be very nice playing it on TV as well. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, let's jump into what I've been playing. So I've been playing a handful of games. Been really enjoying Horror Warriors: Age of Imprisonment over the last week. I haven't finished it yet. I didn't play it as much as I would have liked. Story of my life. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it over the last week. Just picking it up. Some sessions concentrating more on story, just when I've got peace and quiet and a bit of time, and so I'm able to concentrate on the cutscenes and the story. And then other times I pick it up where I'm not able to concentrate on the cutscenes and story. I just go around the map. I do some side quests. Just chip away at all the icons on the map, because slowly over time those icons are just expanding and more. So it's kind of two games, not really two games in one, but I'm able to really focus on different things depending on what situation I'm in. So I really do appreciate that, because at first I wasn't playing it as much as I could have, just purely because I didn't want to miss any of the story. But I really am able to sort of choose all right, I'm not going to go on the main path right now. I am going to just do some side quests. But another one that I'm still playing, and I've played a lot. I might have played it just as much. I talked about it last week, but I've been playing Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire. And last week, after finishing recording with Josh, I was waiting for the podcast to update or upload to podcast services. And, I just picked up my Thor. And I just started playing some Pokemon Pinball, because I had it just just on pause just while we were recording. So I just picked it up and I started playing. And I thought, I actually want to try and complete the Pokedex on this thing. So I go to Google, I type it in, I go to Cerebi, I go to a few different sources, and I'm sort of finding not really much information, and stuff's different depending on what website I go to. This is strange. So eventually I found my way to YouTube, and I found two wonderful videos by a YouTube channel called G Medley. And he did some absolutely phenomenal videos on Pokemon Pinball. Two videos. One is 51 minutes. The other one is 47 minutes. But the first one I come across was called The Mysterious Mechanics of Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire. And throughout these two videos, he basically broke down that nobody really knows the mechanics of this game. Just where Pokemon appear, how the points work, all of this type of thing. And there's also some special Pokemon that you can obtain in this game. There's the Johto starters, so Totodile, Chikorita, and Cyndaquil, as well as Aerodactyl, just randomly in the game. So he's trying to get down to the get the conclusion of how do you catch these Pokemon? And it turns out that there was a very rare specific e-reader card for the Game Boy Advance that worked with this, and it gave you access to these Johto starters and Aerodactyl. But nobody was sure whether you 100% needed it or it just helped you, like, helps your odds of getting them. So it was it was a really great watch. I definitely encourage it. I'll leave links in the show notes or the video description. But yeah, it was just a fascinating watch of just like where did this e-reader card come from? It's incredibly rare. You can't find it on eBay or anything. And like these hidden Pokemon, do you need it? And it turns out, in fact, that you do need it to get them, and you need to have them seen in your Pokedex. So when you scan that e-reader code, it has them seen in your Pokedex, and then you're actually able to have a 1% chance of finding them on either the Ruby or the Sapphire boards. And yeah, I thought it was just really, really entertaining, just sort of learning about this this game that is still quite mysterious to this day, because a lot of Pokemon games, they're blown right open. Everything, like all the math and the code and everything, it's completely understood. But Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire, it was still a mystery. And it also highlighted this Discord channel that's breaking down the game and it's like really, getting to learn the game just for doing that. And at the time of the videos recording, they got to 30%, and yeah, it did a great job of like storytelling and getting the just understanding the community and everything that's around the game. So yeah, I thought that was great. So I'm now trying to 100% the Pokedex and Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire, and I'm having a great time of that. I'm going through getting the retro achievements on retroachievements.net as well. A lot of fun. Just doing the achievements. I've pretty much just got to evolve certain Pokemon and do the Pokedex now. I've gotten the 4 billion points that I needed. I've done some of the harder things just on the boards themselves. So it's just about completing that Pokedex. And that's why, like, I think I said it last week as well, but these retro achievements, dude, I love them so much. It is so much fun to dig into, whether it's games that I've played a million times or games I'm playing for the first time. It just encourages me to really deep dive into these retro games on my retro handhelds. Like Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire was a game I absolutely love. I had it as a kid. I remember getting it secondhand from EB Games. I've still got the box, all of that type of thing. It's a beloved game, but it was also a game that I never tried to catch as many Pokemon as I could. I just like put it in, played some rounds. That was fun. But yeah, just having these achievements and allowing you to see more of the game and yeah, all of that. It's really great. So definitely recommended. Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire. Go and do things that you need to do. Put it on your retro handhelds. And who knows, Nintendo might put it on Nintendo Switch Online when they feel like it as well. And the other game I've been playing, I bought it on the weekend, I think. Yeah, probably. I got Dispatch, which is I guess a story visual novel game from Ad Hoc, which is made up by largely a lot of ex-Telltale developers. You might remember them from The Walking Dead or The Wolf Among Us. They did some Batman games back in the day, and they went out of business. I believe somebody bought the name and started the studio again, but I'm not sure how many of the original talent in that came back. Got no idea, but a lot of the talent is now at a brand new studio. This is their first game, and it largely is kind of just like a TV show, beautifully animated. It's about like a dispatcher. So this guy who went around in this mech suit, he was called Mecha Man. He was a superhero, and his suit got busted up. He was down in the dumps. He got this new job as a dispatcher who basically sends these superheroes out on emergency calls. And there is some gameplay in the game where you are trying to link up the best like fit for the situation. Like if there's like a fight going on, you need to break it up. it was like it recommends like somebody who can calm down the situation, or maybe it's another type of fight where he needs somebody strong to be able to beat them all. So yeah, it's sort of got an interesting gameplay. There's some puzzle mechanics as well where you're putting in different inputs on the D-pad quickly to do some hacking and things like that. But largely it is just sitting there watching it. And you wait for these gameplay elements to come up, and it's kind of what I want at the moment. Sort of during the work week, a lot of the time I just find myself just going, it's easier to put on YouTube or something else. So having a game that's only like, it's not a game the whole time. I can sit back for 20 minutes and watch, because there are in the options you could have some quick time events, or you can just turn them off. I've turned off the quick time events. I don't need to. I don't need to be doing the swaps of the stick and press on the buttons and things like that. I kind of just sit back and watch it. And I've played it all on the Thor. It's been great. I've got it running through a game hub on the Thor, and it's been working out great. This thing does get a little bit hot though when playing some games on Game Hub, and Dispatch is one of those games. It gets a little bit warm, not too bad, but so I decided last night to just stream it from a PC, and that works just as well. So yeah, it's just a nice little pick up and play. It's episodic. There's 8 episodes. They were releasing them over the course of a month. They're now all out, so I'm looking forward to getting back into it and doing another episode. I'm up to episode 4. Might start that after recording this. I might not. Probably not by the time we get everything organised. But yeah, been really enjoying it. So that's a game I'll be chipping away as well. But that's sort of what I want to talk about. Last year, I was really great at just picking a game, playing it for a week or two, however long it takes to finish it, then move on to the next one. But I've been finding myself just like jumping around so many games. Like I'm in the mood for so many different things. Like Horror Warriors, I love the action gameplay. From Pokemon Pinball, we can turn your brain off a little bit, but it's all about collecting the Pokemon and getting the highest score and doing all that type of thing. Nice, easy pick up and play. Dispatch, where I can sit back, watch, but also be involved in the gameplay. Doing that dispatching sort of that. I was gonna say mini game. It's not a mini game, but that's sort of the brain side of it was like, oh look, I'll send this superhero there and do this, do that. So that's been really good. But like last night, like I played an episode of that. I did some Pokemon Pinball. Played Mega Bonk, which is Vampire Survivors in 3D. I really love Mega Bonk. I think it's so addictive. It's a lot of fun, and I think I prefer it over Vampire Survivors. It's great. I think it's probably only on Steam. I don't think it's anywhere else. But yeah, that's great. Playing that handheld. Then I jumped to Hades 2. Did a run in Hades 2. Got as far as I got. Cool. That was my night of Hades 2. But then I did some GP races in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. And Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, a lot of fun as well. I think I finally did all the cups. Like I was just doing one every time I pick it up, and like no more, no less. So so I finally I rolled the credits. I guess I did all the GPs. So I'll do it on a higher difficulty, and there's still so much content to it. It's a bit like playing Mario Kart on 50cc and rolling the credits. It's like, well, you still got a little bit more. You got a lot more cups to do, but yeah, I've been enjoying just jumping around, and I'm like, look, if that's what the heart wants, that's what the heart wants. I don't know if that's like social media brand right. I don't know if that's like the TikTokification of our attention spans. I don't know what's going on with me this year, but look, I had a good time last night and over the weekend, just like jumping around different things. And I'll probably add games more and more until I eventually drop them. But yeah, I've been having fun. So I don't know. Does that resonate with any of you guys? I'd love to hear what you guys are playing. If you're jumping between like a handful of games. Because like just looking at this, I've got 6 games. I was just like, just jumping between. Just like Obviously, Horror Warriors on Switch 2. Then all the rest were on the 4, actually. Like Pokemon Pinball and Dispatch are on it. Then Megabonk, Hades 2, and Sonic I was streaming. So, yeah, it was just hopping and bopping. It was good fun. But while I'm talking about just like games I'm enjoying, I want to talk about this one. I'm really looking forward to playing it. You can play it now, but I'm going to hold off a little bit. And this is a brand new Pokemon ROM hack. And this is from the same dude that developed Pokemon Sea Glass. So I'll just read this so I don't miss any of the details. But the game's Pokemon Lazarus. So Pokemon Lazarus is a fan-made Game Boy Advance game created by Nemo622, who was also known for making Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass, a game that received lots of praise and was loved by many players. Pokemon Lazarus takes place in the new Ilos region, which is inspired by Greece. The game has a familiar visual style to Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass, which contributed to its positive reception. One of the cool features of Pokemon Lazarus is that the day and night system that makes the experience feel more realistic as you play through the different times of day. Also, the themes of rediscovery and exploration are key goals of Pokemon Lazarus. So last year, playing through Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass, it's basically like a Gen 2, so Gold, Silver, Crystal, visual, art style, but taken over to Generation 3, Pokemon Emerald. And it looks stunning. It's one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen just in the pixel art scene. It was absolutely amazing. So what they did to Pokemon Emerald is just like give it this amazing art style, just so retro, just beautiful sprite work, quality of life features, just a bunch of content, new mini games, and all of this stuff to do. Heap of new Pokemon. It was amazing. I loved it so much. It's one of my, even comparing it to just actual Pokemon games, one of my favorite Pokemon games, Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass. Amazing. I got a physical copy of it. I actually played it on like it's not an official cart, obviously, but I went on Etsy and I actually bought the game on a cartridge. So when I heard that the same developer was actually making a unique region and all of this, I mean, I was like very, very, very excited to play it. So I just want to put it on your radar if you're into old school Pokemon games. And, you don't really play games on emulation or ROM hacks or any of this type of thing. This is the one to try. Or maybe Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass is. Yeah, maybe that. If you haven't tried one, definitely go and play Emerald Sea Glass. That's amazing. But Pokemon Lazarus, maybe that's the one to fire up afterwards. And look, if you're just playing it on a PC or something like that, I get it. It feels weird. Go and get one of these retro handhelds. You can get you can get real cheap ones, you can get pretty expensive ones, but man, it is so worth it to play stuff like this in handheld. Absolutely awesome. So yeah, I'm very excited to get into this. It's out now. It's like the 1.0 released not too long ago. I am just holding off a little bit because I'm waiting until the community over at Retro Achievements adds Retro Achievements to this game, and an extra patch or two wouldn't hurt either, I dare say, just to iron out some bugs or, even potentially add in a couple of features or things like that. But yeah, man, like the stuff that this game has in it. So it's got a new region, storyline, starter Pokemon. I think you can pick from Generation 7 to Generation 9 starter Pokemon, so you can do that. There's a hard mode, which I'll probably play on. What else here? Puzzles from Heart Gold Soul Silver. What does that mean? The game brings back the fun sliding puzzles from Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver, found in Johto's Ruins of Alth. These puzzles are part of exploring certain caves and ruins in the Ilos region. If you're not a fan of puzzles, don't worry. The only mandatory puzzles are similar to the ones in Heart Gold Soul Silver, so if you get stuck, you can easily find a solution online. Okay. Cool. I mean, yeah. Go and check out this game for yourself. If you haven't, just Google it. Look at some screenshots, dude. If you're an old school Pokemon fan, you will love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah, I just want to put that on people's radar. All right. Almost at the end of the show, let's jump into the letterbox, see what the community's been talking about, and I think I'll be mainly focusing this on Dolphin Pants. He put in the chat, so I just unlocked the fatherhood perk. His son was born on the 15th. Tips for balancing gaming time with a young child. And this is something that I've been thinking about deeply over the last 3 years since having my first child. And it's something that definitely evolves with time and a lot of things change. I see Zach, he put in a nice paragraph with a lot of dot points about his tips. So I'm going to read through his tips and see if I get any tips for myself, because he might have had different experiences that might help me quite a lot too. So I'll read Zach's reply to Dolphin Pants' question in the chat. So Zach says, "Congratulations, not Drew, but as someone with a daughter that just turned 1." Zach is not me, but that's a good thing, Zach. You're yourself. You're your own individual man. I appreciate that about you. He goes on to say, "Early days, you can probably get away with some one-armed gaming while you hold them asleep. Though I got through Ace Attorney investigations last year, mostly doing this in the middle of the night." So that's I might use this as a kicking off point for like what I've got to say too. So yeah, the early days, like, everything is new, stressful, just everything from like, oh my God, how do I change a nappy, to how do I how do I get through with such little sleep, all of this type of thing. But there are those moments where, like, they sleep a lot. So when they're brand new, so if you've got them in the little rocker in the lounge room or whatever, or they're in your arms, I mean, this is where if you didn't love your Switch or your Switch 2 beforehand, Dolphin Pants, you're gonna love it a lot more now. Just this thing is the most convenient gaming device in your house. Just it would be able to, it cries, put it down, lock it, put it to the side, you deal with it, you can come back, pick it up, keep playing, even to the point which is really handy. So in a situation like if you do have your son in your arms, you're rocking him, you're getting to sleep, you can't move because you don't want to wake him up, you can't put him down because he will wake up, all of that type of thing. That's where the Joy-Cons come in handy as well, because you're actually able to, you take them off, you hold one in each hand, doesn't matter whether you're cross-armed or you've got them by your sides or whatever your position is, then you can put your Switch 2 in tabletop mode and keep playing that way. So the versatility comes in clutch when it comes to the Switch 2. But things do change pretty quickly. Like, when they start walking and crawling, that's when, like, your strategy's got to change a little bit. But we'll go on with Zach's thoughts here. Don't make the mistake of giving up rest to game. Yeah. If you think you can get away with staying up later and squeezing in a few more hours, I guarantee you that that will be the night he wakes up more. When you can sleep, do it. Do it when chores have been done for the day. So yeah, that's definitely a thing as well. There's been a few nights, because, like, say you get your baby to bed at, I don't know, 9 o'clock, you're like, beautiful, got 3 hours until midnight, play some games, just relax. And I think that's important. Like I said, at the start of the show, it's important just to have something for yourself, be able to reset yourself mentally, have some fun, so then you can get back into being a dad and, being the best dad that you can be. But also, like, yeah, then say if you go to bed at 12, then they wake up at 1, then they wake up at 2, then they wake up at 4, then all of a sudden you haven't had any sleep that night. So yeah, that's definitely good advice. And yeah, do your chores first, because yeah, the dishes and everything add up pretty quickly. Hey Sean, how you going, man? Yeah, I've got my carpool gaming shirt on. That's a nice coincidence. You popped in. I'll trying to. There we go. You mean Capri? Wow, that's an old one too. I didn't actually realize. I've got a few of these carpool gaming shirts. You mean Capri? That's a takes me back. Just saying that because I'm looking at myself on OBS now, Sean. I actually haven't looked down since I put it on. So Sean's is somebody who would have great advice for trying to game as a parent as well. So yeah, that's what I'm going through at the moment. Just went Scottish then. That's what I'm going through at the moment. Just parenting advice. Looks fantastic on me. Thank you very much. All right. For Zach's next point, if you're the working parent and commute to work, you can do it on public transport and play Switch on the train, bus, train. It's one of the best options. And Zach, that's always been something I've been really jealous of you being able to take the train or public transportation and playing the Switch. How you get your 40 minutes there and back. I'm like, that sounds great. Because, I've got to drive to work. Maybe I could game on the way. Maybe we could game and drive. Maybe not. Sean's advice. My advice. Marry a rockstar wife. Yeah. I mean, we all have rockstar wives. But just depends on how much they want us to game or not. Yeah, but that's definitely a good one. That's just good life advice in general. Just make sure you pick a partner that you think is awesome, which I'm sure Dolphin Pants has done. I've done. Sounds like you've done as well, Sean. For multiplayer sessions, or if you need to block out some time for a specific in-game event, it is just about agreeing with your partner of what time that is, how long, and if there is some escalation criteria where they can call you in to help in exchange to make sure you also agree for some time for them to do their own thing while they take on solo parenting duty. Yeah, that's definitely another good one as well. Just make sure that, like, look, I need the time. Can you handle things for an hour? And then we can swap over. You can do whatever, recharge your battery. That's definitely a really important one. All right, going on with this. Overall, though, you do have to accept that there is less time to play games. Oh God, I'm dying late here at night. Recreational activities as such, you need to accept and decide what that means for you. It might be focusing on a specific type of game you play, or might be choosing 100% less games in favor of keeping up some variety. It will sort of come naturally as you gravitate towards certain things. Don't just beat yourself up if you previously had certain personal goals, such as beating X games a year. That's me, or me this year. Always completing a game in a series, etc. Ultimately, gaming is a hobby for fun. Yeah, so that's something for me. Like in the past, you can sort of see how I've gone over the last couple of years, how I've been able to, play more games than I ever have, like in the last couple of years. In 2023, I beat 43 games. Last year, I beat 50-something games. And this year, it went downhill. And there's a lot of reasons. Just maybe I haven't been as focused. Maybe I haven't really been in the mood for gaming as much. But also, I think it ultimately comes down to just having a 1-year-old girl on top of a 3-year-old as well. A little toddler running around, getting into everything. Whereas like before, say, Lucas is just watching TV, he's just zoned out, he's playing with his toys. Now we've got a toddler who's like, oh, I'm going to try and rip out all the cords out of dad's desk. Or I'm going to try and, I'm going to rip all the DVDs out of the cabinet. So you're always on the lookout type of thing. There isn't any time to sort of just like sink yourself into a game. But I'm sure, like I said, things change all the time. There'll be more dedicated to their own playtime and all that type of thing. So it'll allow for 20 minutes here and there, hopefully. So yeah, I think what worked for me is just being a lot more deliberate with my time. Being like, all right, so like I will try to make 9 o'clock when the kids go to bed, I'll try and play a game. If I'm too tired, I'm not in the mood for it. It's not a big deal. It's like, it's only games. It's my hobby. But ultimately, I don't want to lose it. I think that's the biggest thing, because a lot of people, when you have kids and things like that, you've got to make sacrifices. That might be not playing sport. A lot of people give up video games because it's expensive, it takes time, all of this type of thing. But for me, it's a hobby that I didn't want to lose. So, and Dolphin Pants, I assume that's the same situation for you, where it's like, I don't want to lose playing games, but just need to be a lot more, organized, like when it comes to when you want to play. But when you have a little baby as well, it's like there's no being organized necessarily, at least for the first bit when you're learning to be a parent. So I hope that makes sense. You're definitely not alone. Just with sometimes you be feeling tired and frustrated and overwhelmed and all of these emotions. We all go through it. It's something that isn't unique, to your situation. It's hard. It is hard, but gaming gives us the rest and the retrieve to go on. So yeah, hope that helped a little bit. And like I said, I've gone through my ebbs and flows too, going like, oh my God, I'm playing so many games. I'm betting lots of games. And this year it's just like, no go. But we'll see how it goes in the upcoming year. Hopefully I'm able to beat a couple more games. But all right. I think we might end it there. Thank you very much to everybody for listening. Really do appreciate it. Appreciate you coming and checking out episode 338 of the House of Mario. Cheers to Sean for popping in for a couple of questions. Appreciate you, mate. It was pretty funny that I was wearing the Carpool Gaming You Mean Capri. It wasn't a Carpool Gaming shirt. It was a You Mean Capri shirt from way back in the day. Miss you, Sean. We need to have a chat again soon. All right. What we doing here? I've got to get my phone out. So I'll leave you here with Nintendo Jukebox, and this here is the Wii Fit Plaza music from Wii Fit Plus. And I'm playing this because they recently added the Wii Fit Plus music to my Nintendo Music. Really random addition, but it is what it is. So I'll play some of the music to exit us out. And hopefully next week we'll see Josh again. If he's sick for over a week, that sucks. So hopefully he's not. Be great to hear from him again. We'll be talking about Kirby Air Riders, which should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to playing that over the weekend. And if you'd like to talk with us, join the Discord. There's a link in the show notes below. But until next time, guys, the doors to the House of Mario, they're closed. We'll catch you later. The House of Mario, a Nintendo podcast, is proudly recorded in South Australia. It's hosted and produced by me, Drew Agnew, alongside my co-host, Josh, or JT if you like. Be sure to check out youtube.com/iDrewby, where I share all of my other content and stream the House of Mario live every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time. Join the Homestead Discord to be a part of our growing community, chat with fellow Nintendo fans, and get involved with the show through our mailbox channel. And don't miss JT's fortnightly Nintendo podcast, Nintendo Maniacs. Each episode features a brand new guest, and if you love the House of Mario, you'll feel right at home there too.